at the event of Investing in Resilient and Adaptive Future for Pakistan, and we are having Mr. RAO AHSAN with us. He is a Senior Disaster Risk Management Specialist, South Asia Climate Change and DRM Unit. Thank you so much for your time. Mr. AHSAN, how do you define resilient future? कैसे देखते हैं अगर हम पाकिस्तान के resilient future के हवाले से बात करें?
Here, I think Pakistan faces a lot of climate risk at the moment, and obviously that raises the question of a resilient future. I think if you define resilience, it's really the ability to bounce back from shocks.
Yeah.
Or we need to look at the country, a concept in dunya mein, it's called systemic resilience. So the country needs to build systemic resilience, the ability of its economy to bounce back, of its infrastructure to bounce back, of the people to bounce back. Or, it's very important that we embed resilience in all these aspects. Whether we are building new infrastructure, this existing infrastructure, we need to make it more resilient to disasters and climate shocks and impacts. We need to start from our planning process. How do we plan our development? How do we plan our projects and programs and the overall development outlay? We need to really embed resilience from that part. Also in our economy, how we have the financial resources to be able to come back, to be able to sustain shocks, from climate change. Right now, obviously, we are in a precarious situation. Fiscal situation is tight, but I think over time we should be looking at how to tap into different avenues of financial resources, and we can bounce back, after a disaster, or be able to absorb that shock.
So basically, systemic resilience ke liye, there are a lot of collaborative efforts of NDRMF with your organization. So can you please shed light on them?
The World Bank has been investing with NDRMF. We had a large project with NDRMF of almost $188 million. And the idea was to work across different sectors to restore certain ecosystems, to proceed on adaptation, जो country के need है, adaptation to climate change. We tried to work in areas on where we could look at flood management, on resilient food systems, or food security, climate smart agriculture. This coastal area, there's a display on coastal mangroves. That's also something we're doing in Sindh through NDRMF. So that's where we are working with them. Unfortunately, due to the floods last year, there was a certain need to provide immediate financing, and then some of our funding, well, actually a lot of our funding was diverted towards that cause, which was to provide relief to the flood affected people. Otherwise, we have an ongoing engagement with NDRMF in these areas.
So if we talk about innovation and technology, how do you see how much innovation and technology is important for disaster risk management and disaster financing? Is it like towards the innovation and technology or not currently in Pakistan?
Currently, I think there's a growing realization that Pakistan needs to move towards that. So not just NDRMF, but also other institutions such as NDMA and BDMAs, they're all moving towards that, trying to tap into technology and innovation that's available around the world. But I think what has been discussed in this conference as well, and something that we are also working to help NDRMF in, is really becoming the hub of knowledge in Pakistan. So the ability to do core cutting edge research, cutting edge pilot cutting edge technology, then working with the different line departments or your mainstream ministries to implement that. And so there is certainly a knowledge gap, and I think NDRMF can fulfill that knowledge gap with analytics, with more research, more R&D, and so I think there is a realization within NDRMF as well. I think what we saw today in terms of their strategic realignment, that's what they're planning to do as well, which is, I think, is a very good sign for the country.
So you have mentioned very important thing that there is a research gap and NDRMF is working on it. So any message you want to give to the policymakers, to the general public?
I think resilience is really a collaborative effort. If you want to achieve resilience, it has to be across the board. It can't be just one institution working in a certain direction. It has to be a whole of government approach. Again, the public needs to be fully involved. We have a very vibrant civil society, a very strong set of national and international NGOs working here. But what we really need is some sort of a direction, some steering from the highest policymakers, then sorting out the institutional issues over here. And I think NDRMF can serve as one of those core institutes or organizations that can take forward the whole resilience agenda.
Thank you so much, Mr. AHSAN, for your time. Thank you.